Hey everybody, welcome back. It's Chris. I am back with part two of Grixis Midrange and Pioneer today. There's a slightly updated deck list. I've been playing the deck online and in paper for the last week or so and have made a handful of changes to what felt like a fairly healthy shell to begin with, and this is the slightly refined list. Uh, yeah, the main changes are with down one Jace, down one Drown, down one Thought Erasure, down one Opt in the main, plus one Negate, one Dreadbore, one Languish, one Tasiger. A few changes in the sideboard as well. Added two Fumaroles and an Urborg in place of, I think there were three uh, Fabled Passages. And then the sideboard is broadly the same. I've added a Jace Architect of Thought. Uh, Basically, I wanted to be able to go longer against the even bigger control decks like blue white and stuff. So anyway, this is what I've come up with. So we're going to play a league on Magic Online and see how we get on. Let's go. Ah, Matthew Folks is a British player who was, I'm going to mulligan, he was doing quite well, and then got himself in a bit of hot water by being a bit naughty. And I guess this is the end of his ban, and he's now back to playing competitive Magic. His hand isn't very good. Go. But he was a very good Magic player. He just wasn't always the best behaved. So this should be a challenge. Okay. Once Upon a Time is just good in every format. It turns out Zero Mana Dig is well good. Ah. This is the Simic Stompy, I guess. Let's see what he's got. Other than the Love Struck Beast, of course. We can dismiss that. Stubbs is annoying. So my options are to take Love Struck Beast or to take Gulter. I'm fairly sure it's better to just take Gulter. And that's the hand. I need to remember to play a land. That was nearly a very costly cock-up. One thing that's quite cool about the stage we're at in Pioneer now is it's starting to flesh out into a fairly recognizable meta game. Things make some sense, you know. Land? Okay, this is bad. We are highly likely to lose this game. Because obviously Stubbs is now a hard counter. And we're struggling for stuff to do, basically. That Love Struck Beast is going to kill me pretty fast. See if I'm allowed to resolve this. It'll probably just get stubbed. Okay. So we don't get to Surveil, which is the main cost there, because obviously our hand is in dire need of land. And basically, if we can get a removal for the Love Struck Beast, we're actually not doing badly. So my intention is to drown in the Love Struck Beast, and then hopefully approximately stabilize. What was the revealed card? A Steel Leaf Champ. That's not good. Okay. Take 7. We honestly might be able to deal with the 2 proper threats and then still lose. Let's try this now. They got another one? Okay. That'll do it. Couldn't beat that anyway, with the way stuff lined up. So, got a decision to make. Noxious Grasp seems good. Is Bolus worth it as a blocker? Possibly. I imagine I need these. No, I'm going to need to refuel, because this is the type of game that drags on longer than you'd expect. Let's try that. I would like to play first. Oh, come on, deck. Don't be a knob. These have been some punishing mulligans as well, because, like, look at this hand we've kept in terms of mana. Like, if we don't draw something like a Watery Grave next, we're in some bother. Do we have the free Once Upon a Time? We do not. We don't even have an accelerant. That's good. So what were the 2 drops we're expecting? Paradise Druid? Is there anything better than that? Sylvan Caryatid? Okay. Interesting sequencing. I guess we'll just play Jace. Because it can't get stubbed. It can get Mystical disputed, but I kind of just want all my removal to resolve. And the main purpose of Jace is to get me to my good cards, basically. What are we thinking? Stillleaf Champion? Okay. Okay, well, we have a grasp for that. Okay. So my preference, I think, is still to try to get something like Liliana the Last Hope down. Try and loot away this Gearhulk. I'm going to Thought Erasure because I really want to Surveil. Try to make sure we hit a 3rd land next turn. Of course. So happy that that card still exists. If you missed the news, that is banned, but it isn't in effect yet. So that's fun for everyone. Who doesn't love using banned cards? Okay, that's. I don't mind. Well, I wanted to, if I hit my next land drop, I don't mind that. If I miss my land drop, obviously I mind it loads. Okay. Now I've got to decide between. Okay. Let's go for an Opt. Stubs. Yep, pretty punishing. Definitely can't cast any removal afterwards. It's fairly horrible, but we have to take it. Attack Oko. Yeah, that Field of Ruin feels mopey. Because we've got, like, the tools, we just need to cast them. It's really frustrating. Yorvo. Excellent. So is that pay one, draw a card? Yeah. Okay, so we take 3. My turn. Land is great. I'm going to end up having to use my Noxious Grasp on the Oko, which means the Yorvo is going to be unanswered at the moment. I'll try and trade these here. But obviously the opponent still has 6 cards in their hand. And an Oko. It's pretty scary. I don't mind that too much. Okay. Okay. So he's just setting up to play the long game as well as possible. We make the obvious predictable block. Land. Okay. Only have 1 black. So I guess I start by trying to cut blue. Get myself more black mana. If this gets veiled, I can't really beat it anyway. Okay. Okay, so we're very far from in a good spot, but it could have gone worse. So as you can see, I've been doing my best to disrupt the mana by killing the Llanowar elf and stuff, but at the same time, I mean, there's 10 power in play. It ain't good. Can't be blocked by creatures of power 2 or less. So, yeah, we're in trouble. Big trouble. Languish doesn't quite do it, because that's got 5 power. 5 toughness, sorry. I think I'm pretty much just dead. I can use Lily to shrink something, but it doesn't really help, so I'm going to just scoop them up there. Because we would go to 1, they'd still both be in play, or the Lily would be dead, either way. Nothing good is happening. Those were some, like, unfortunate draws. We mulled both games, he kept 7 both games. And, like, both games we had our mana problems. That basic mountain was appalling in the first game. It is the worst card in the deck. And I kind of wish it didn't exist, but there are going to be times when you need red, you have a Field of Ruin, or your opponent, you know, Field of Ruins you or whatever. There are going to be scenarios where it comes up. This hand is quite a bit better than we have been getting. Go away, Microsoft. Yeah, this hand is quite good. We can play Urborg and Thoughtseize turn 1, and then get our tap land out the way with a second Thoughtseize on turn 2 if that's how the game plays out. Oh, it's a Scales deck. Or is it? No, it's a ramp deck. Take the good card. Go ahead. My assumption is Forest Grazer Blast Zone. Let's cast Thoughtseize. Take the Ballista. And play this. And they've got nothing going on. We are down at 16, but I think that's fine. We'll have a negate up if they top deck an Hour of Promise or something. We're not, obviously, the Arboreal Grazer is effectively a blank. It does its stuff when it's entering, and having entered, it's now doing nothing. Okay. That's all of our known information used up. I do not intend to cast this Thoughtseize yet. I suspect we can wait another turn. I suppose the scariest thing here would be something like Golos, because we can't negate a Golos, and that would be an argument to Thoughtseize. But we can negate that. I guess we just see what's up just to make sure. That was a good decision. Okay, we're getting quite close to Into the Story being good, and my preference would be to prolong the game long enough for the Into the Story to be good and therefore the Gearhulk to be super good. But if I have to cast it for... yeah, I'm just going to do this to surveil, I suppose. Try and make sure we hit a land drop. Or that. That's better. And that's a really good one to Gearhulk as well. Okay, things are looking up. We just need opponent to not rip something busted here. Okay. That, I think, is excellent use of everybody's time. I find attacking with 0 power creatures very funny. Even though it is essentially a shit joke, it's really good. Very stupid. Obviously should have cast my amazing spell there. Kind of got rewarded by having a chance to flip a Jace. Although they might blast zone it. Okay. Yep, we can't do a lot about that. I'm assuming this is a Field of the Dead. Okay, it just makes even more ramp. Fair enough. Do I want to flip my Jace? Or do I just want to answer the Golos, probably? So this is a bit stupid because we're not going to get to flip Jace for some time now, but we kind of needed this K command. And I guess we'll take an opt. Honestly, a land might have been better than the opt. I'm going to discard the Into the Story because I'm going to Gearhulk it back later. Let's Thought Erasure first. See what they've got going on. 2 Ugins. Wow. Top is fine. Okay, good. We should be fine. Yeah, that can come into my hand. Okay, let's just keep up Gearhulk, feel really safe, and try to win in the next couple turns, because we've got a Gearhulk and a Bolus. Like, it's hard to imagine that getting overcome. They would need some serious draw steps. If they blow up my Jace, I don't even think that matters anymore. If that's the best thing they've got going on. Okay, yeah, Jace down. And I'm just debating between 4 cards versus 2 out of 7, and I just think 4 cards is probably better. Okay, good. That went well. I guess we probably want the Unmoored Ego. Just name, like, what would it be? I guess Ugin? I'm not sure what their best card is. Maybe I don't for that reason, because I don't really know what to look for. Obviously, Disdainful Stroke looks fantastic. I guess we want the Bolus. I haven't really seen any big green stuff. And I'm going to take the Ashiok as well, because I think they're going to be searching their graveyard and library and stuff. And I don't think Fatal Push is very good. And I guess if we're bringing... yeah, maybe Drown in the Lock is bad. Considering we've got a little bit of graveyard hate in Ashiok, plus they are casting big expensive spells, maybe Drown won't be very good. Looks fine, it's not exciting. It's above average, I guess. We've got a lot of agency over our draws, at least. K-Command's pretty good in that it answers a Golus par, because it trades for the body plus a card. You know, the land it's tutored up or whatever. Kind of. Okay. That looks to me like they're having an awkward draw. I think I'm just going to get my Jace down. And pass the turn. I'm not like, one of the reasons game 1 went so well was that we had all the information. This is Pilgrimage. Search for 2 basic forecast. Put 1 in tapped and 1 into your hand. Okay. So, hand contains 1 forest. Just looking for hand attack, really. I do not think I want a second Gearhulk for the time being. I'm fairly sure I'm just meant to opt, looking for a Thought Erasure. Okay, so be it. So we know where we are, but where we are is a bit dodgy. Yeah, I don't like my spot. I don't feel very safe. Four mana. Okay, So they're going to kill my Jace. I'm just trying to plan ahead so I can flip Jace in response. So if they don't make a move on my end step, I'm going to make a move in their upkeep to waste their time. So I'm doing this, and then after this puts my 4th card in the graveyard, then I'm going to loot, which will transform Jace. Okay, that has 1 damage on it. K command can resolve, putting a card into their graveyard, and crucially putting a card into mine. I'm going to discard this additional drown, and the ping fizzles, and we still have a Jace. So I was going to pick that fight on their upkeep, because if they wanted to win said fight, they would have had to sink 4 mana into the Ballista, and that might have wasted their whole turn. Hour of Promise is not... that's not great for me. I wonder how many deserts they've got, whether they get the zombie time. They just get the Field of the Dead related zombies instead, which is still very strong. Yeah, we're in a bit of bother, if I'm honest. Let's pop this one off. See what's going on up in opponent's hand. Of course they do, because everyone's playing the card that's already been banned, apparently. Maybe that's why I got banned. Did you think of that? So it makes no sense to do anything other than plus on there. And we have to... this Gearhulk has work to do, let's put it that way. Oh yeah, we can't plus on there. Fuck. Isn't that a bit sad? Well, I know now for the next game, if assuming we lose this one, that I need to bring in some Field of the Dead related hate, like maybe some Kozilek's Returns or something. Jace, Jace. I'm just going to kill one of them because we know what our mana's doing next turn, so there's no point in holding this up. Try and keep Jace alive. Oh dear. This is a big Eldrazi. Or a big Ballista. That'll do it, I think. Yep. Okay, so we probably need these a lot more than we need Languish. Yeah, I'm happy with everything else. Probably need a handful of discard to feel safe, though. Oof. This is an okay hand. If we draw... yeah, I'm going to keep it. It's slow, but so's their whole deck. Yeah. So my hope is that Thought Erasure digs me to the 3rd land, and Thought Erasure plus Ashiok should shut them down. Hopefully. We just need... that's lucky. Wow, is that lucky. Sup. So I can take that, which slows them down a ton. Or I can take the cards that I think matter. It's probably better. Take that Thought Not Seer. Top is fine. So this will be land plus Grazer. But they really don't have a ton going on. I'm going to minus on myself because that makes Dig Through Time and Tasiga a lot better. Okay, that shouldn't matter. Maybe they make a Ballista for 2. Okay, yep. Minus on myself again. Blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I definitely just want land. I guess I want Jace, because I think Jace is quite a good thing to get them to burn their Ballista. I don't mind if they kill the Ballista. I'm trying to use Jace as a removal spell for the Ballista, basically. Okay. Another Thought Knot? Or is this a level up? Yeah, it's a level up on the Ballista. And I guess attack down Ashiok. Yep, we're okay with that. So they clean up. I wonder if... Yeah, maybe I did play that really badly, actually. Kind of exposed the Jace for no reason. I was trying to bait them into making a mistake that they didn't make. Knock a card out their hand. I wouldn't imagine it will be the Ulamog, but it might be. Okay, it is. I guess they just decided they're super far away. Well, we're doing fine. Thought Not Seer? No, level up, okay. Yep. I'm guessing they don't have a land to put in. So if they attack, I will block. I know they're doing that to represent the ability to trade, which is fine. I'll still block. Thought Erasure. We just want one more land drop, basically. Okay, I'm happy we hit that, and I'm happy to draw that. And I think I'm not going to play Jace out, because I learned my lesson from my previous fuck-up. And play out Tasiga, beatdowns. We're pretty firmly ahead, although their top decks are obviously ridiculously strong, but not from 5 mana. Their top decks get crazy at like 8, 10 mana. Obviously, Ugin and stuff's pretty terrifying. Okay, so they get my Gear Hulk, which is annoying, given that I just topped land number 6. Yep. Opponent is a coward. I'm going to activate Tasigur rather than... I shouldn't have shocked in that case because I know they're going to give me Thought Erasure. So it was wrong to it was wrong to shock, definitely. Yep, that's fine. So they are ramping slowly. This is their... Oh, they missed. Wow, that is lucky. Ah. I can't help but feel that Disdainful Stroke was the wrong card for them to give me, given that it's probably the card I wanted the most. They've decided the Arboreal Grazers are not getting any better than that, which is fair. Ballista? Let's counter that. Bloody hell. I will take that. That is a result, to say the least. I think they would be much better pumping their existing one. Blue, blue, whatever, whatever. Give me a card. I guess I get the Thought Erasure back. I get the negate. Okay. Weird decisions from opponent I don't understand again. I would love a land. I'm not going to play anything out, because if I somehow get to fire off this negate, I can then enter the story, because that will put them up to 7. Okay. Yeah, I'm going to block. Why wouldn't I block? Yeah, you can finish Tasigur off, that's fine. There's the land I needed. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm going to pop this one off. Blue, 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 blue. Woof. Now we're talking. Oh, opponent's being boring. Okay, let's keep playing. To be fair, we were about to crush them. Need more water. This hand looks pretty good against most things. I'm happy with that. We'll decide what to do based on turn 1, it will obviously be one of these two, depending on what they do. Okay, I think we know which one it's going to be. Because nobody ever plays Elvish Mystic not to ramp. Let's get that thing dead. And An Elvish Mystic and a Blister Pod. Okay, sorry, I wasn't paying attention if you hadn't guessed. Now I think it's time to Thoughtseise. Sup. See what they're ramping into. Okay, so they're like a what do you call it? Aristocrats. I think this is fine. Like, the husk is terrifying, but once they start sacking things to it, our Drown in the Lock's big enough to kill it. So, you know, we just have to let them go in a bit. And then we can respond by making our move. Okay, so Languish, please, deck. It's my only request. We can't die this turn, so I'm going to play the Jace out. Take a medium-sized hit and just be okay with that. The deck I played last video, the Jeskai Godfarer's Gift deck, was the most obedient deck I've ever had, insofar as I called several, like, I requested certain top decks numerous times, and every single time I got what I wanted. So this forces them to sack the Blister Pod. Well, it doesn't force them, it incentivizes them, which is fine. And then I don't mind taking a hit for 5, and now I can kill the Nantuko Husk, which is literally the only thing they have going on. I'm going to save Jace to block a 1-1 and then loot after. Or if they try and kill it with a push or something, I'll respond. Okay, that's a pretty good card, but we're going to be able to deal with it. Let's get rid of that awful mountain that's stinking up the joint. Ah, perfect. Now I think I get to do everything, don't I? Let's kill that. Okay, what did he get? Catacomb Sifter, sure. That doesn't seem too bad to me. Yeah, go. I'm going to dig through time with 2 mana up like an absolute lad. Actually, no, I'm going to do it now. Reason being, if I hit Thought Erasure, I can deal with that Catacomb Sifter very easily. I'll take this Languish, I guess, and a Thoughtseize. And that means I'm not incentivized to cast Thoughtseize, doesn't it? Because I want to clean up with a Languish, let them overcommit into it. Oh, such a quitter. Take those, please. They all seem amazing. Noxious Grasp, I guess. Keranos. And what don't I want? Like, everything felt great. I don't want to hurt myself too much, so I guess Thoughtseize. Take out some of the more grindy and sort of value-y elements in place with just big haymakers they can't beat. This hand is on the slow side. I think it's a mulligan. Far better. Yeah, we'll keep that. Keep trying to drink from an empty glass. That is the level of intelligence you can expect if you're going to continue with this channel. Actually, to be fair, drinking from an empty glass is special even by my standards. Oh no! That's such a bad card to use removal on. Oh, they've figured it out. That's how you beat Grixis. Elvish Visionary. Well, seeing as how they're not doing anything, we can establish Jace. I don't know if they're playing any removal in their sideboard. I don't think we would be the deck you would bring it in against anyway. I'm guessing their removal isn't for Jace Vryn's Prodigy, it's for, like, I don't know. Plague Engineer isn't in the format, but I'm trying to think of a creature that just shuts them down. Wow, that is strong, and I cannot do a lot about that. I don't think I have a single thing in my deck that removes resolved enchantments. Might have been better to try to find red mana. Okay. So we've got access to push and drown, neither of which are very good at the moment. Well, it's not terrible, they just get a clue, right? And then the clues become soldiers, so I guess we need to set up to try and find some sweepers. Luckily we've got 4, so 4 should be enough. Okay. Yeah, unfortunately that has to resolve. Yeah, I'm going to kill that. That's a terrifying card. Don't mind giving you a clue for that. That's fine. Yup. Many triggers. Just going to F6. And we take 1. Maybe I should have waited on the Jace. Yeah, it probably was dodgy. In a roundabout way, this is red mana. And this is what I was saying about how, as much as the card is dreadful in this deck, you do need 1 basic mountain for this exact scenario. I'm unfortunately playing into the opponent's hands a bit here. Yes, I know. And I'm going to loot with Jace on their turn because I don't want them to be able to attack it, I think. Yeah, a bit sad to be losing Dig, to be honest, but we'll be alright. We'll be fine. The second best place for it, apart from your hand, is definitely your graveyard. It's better than having it in your deck, that's for sure. Because Jace can recast it next turn. So they really are set up to grind. Let's Thoughtseize them. What you got? Wow, we missed hard. That is sad. Blue, blue. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm going to take Languish, obviously, and Urborg, because it makes some of my bad lands into Badlands. That joke wrote itself. I didn't do that on purpose, I promise. Yeah, the bit that's concerning is obviously Jace is dead, but I feel like this Languish is worth about 10 cards in this matchup, so I just need to be patient. If I just do nothing for like 4 turns and then cast a big Languish, we should get there. I wish that's an ominous shock. Fine. Okay, we don't really have time to wait now. We just have to fire off Languish. Interesting. Okay. I assume the Liliana's dead, so it doesn't come back transformed as a Planeswalker. I'd be pissed off if it does. Good. Okay, we've got Languish for their whatever their follow-ups are, and Drown in the Lock to try and counter a big play. What we really need is something like a Gear Hulk that can pull us miles ahead. Yeah, I don't think this matters. The 1/1s aren't going to kill me very fast. It's more about preventing them from getting all the clues, and the only way I can do that is countering their creature spells. I'm not going to cast Languish if they're only attacking for 1. I'm just doing this because every single creature they cast is a 2/1 now because of the mysteries, so kind of a 3/1 if you count these as a thing. So I just have to... It's much better to fight over them on the stack. Okay, that's fine. So I'm going to pass, and I'm going to Gear Hulk, Drown, whatever they cast. So they can make another 1/1 and draw another card here. But we are slowly... They're going to run out of clues. That was that last card we knew. So we take 3, no big deal. Counter that. Let's get rid of that. See what their next spell is, because that, like, the husk is back. Okay, need a way to kill that. Ding, 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 ding. So I'm going to attack. I'm going to hope that they sack a load of these, and then I'm going to kill it before damage. If they do sack a load of them. That's the last clue. Are they taking my bait? They are not. That's very disappointing. Yeah, he's got 1 damage on, so he won't die. That's good. Okay. Yep. So I'm keeping this in hand because I might want to counter a creature. But we've effectively negated the threat of the... Yeah, that's fine. We've negated the threat of the Nantuko Husk pretty well. I'm just going to take 2 because I'm more worried about, like I was saying earlier, countering creatures than killing them. A blocker would be amazing, but I think we're fine anyway. Are we winning the race? Yeah, we are, yeah. Assuming nothing changes. Obviously, that's not a fair assumption to make. Is this a removal spell? Fine. I guess they block. Now we're not winning the race. I forgot that Westvale Abbey had a second mode other than just making Ormondal. That was all I was really thinking of. So I guess we do need to do something eventually. Okay, so we take 2, I assume. Okay, and we do now need a top deck, really. Or even a Field of Ruin is a good draw. That is not. Yeah, I feel like I have to persist with the attacks because if I let them start making clerics, then it's real bad for me. They've realised that them making clerics is real bad for me and have gone in on it. Because it doesn't really take a lot off the top of their library to turn that into an Ormondal. Okay. Yeah, I'm quite close to dying here. If they make a cleric and sack the Elvish Mystic, I'm dead, but that would be very all-in, and I think it's probably smart of them not to do that. I'm going to just pass because of death. We are functionally chump blocking with our Gearhulk. There's no functionally about it. We are chump blocking with our Gearhulk, which is not where you want to be. I don't know if that's not obvious, but yeah, when your flashiest best bomb is not as good as their 3-drop, life is bad. I have to block because of losing the game. Both my languishes are gone. Yeah, this is all but over. Yeah. Okay, game 3. I can't help but feel that yeah, that enchantment really got me. I think I want the Thought Seizers for that reason. Oh, I'd already submitted. Yeah, we'll keep. It's not perfect. It's not perfect. But it's fine. The turn 2 Thought Erasure is solid. Don't have an Elvish Mystic, don't have an Elvish Mystic, don't have an Elvish Mystic. They have an Elvish Mystic. Okay. That's pretty good. We just need to draw a land to try and set up like a mini sweep. Alright, we take your best card. We put that into the graveyard. Stating the obvious, best case scenario is that they... Well, I don't really care, because I've got lots of good spells. If you could Thoughtseize a land and I had one, that's the only thing that would bother me. Still trying to drink from an empty glass, because I'm smart. Here it is. Okay. I mean, this is still not good for them, is it? Because I get to do this. And then this. Have fun. You'll go. Did they draw a spell? They did. Catacomb Sift. Oh, a Plague Crafter. I don't think that matters. Okay. I wonder how many Westvale Abbeys they play and whether it's worth me making them discard it. I think I'm gonna go for it in the draw step. It will give them a choice, but I feel like this is still the most annoying thing I can do with my turn. It might have been better just to hold it, honestly, but... That's funny. Nice, what a draw. That's a serious top deck when nobody's got anything, isn't it? He's even going to flip next turn. What are they doing? Oh, they drew an Overwhelm Mysteries. Excellent. I'm so confused. Yeah. Go ahead. This game has gotten real weird. We kind of junded each other by about turn 3, and there's just nothing going on now. Okay. That's acceptable. We can kill it if we need to. What's Jace's big one? -9. Okay. Go for it. I'm going to save this Thought Erasure for a little while. It might be worth me trying to set up my next draw step, to be honest. That's a consideration for sure. Okay. They're kind of doing their thing now. They're going off, as it were. Because they can make the husk big and kill Jace. Well, not kill, but hurt Jace's feelings. Yeah. I think that's fine. Spell? Nope. I'm going to cast this just to see what's up. In terms of my top decks. Help me plan ahead. I know there's no non-lands. Top. So I have to drown the Catacomb Sifter, as miserable as that is. because I want to make sure that the K-Return kind of cleans up everything except the husk. The K-Return is obviously specifically bad against husk, but it should still remove everything that's not the husk, as in if they play a small creature, make a clue and everything else. I'm sorry, make a soldier from the clue. Should clean. I don't know. That was probably wrong to top that. That was probably wrong. I think I've made a mistake. Okay. So I guess I respond to them cracking the clue then. Okay, now we just go now. Get the husk dead. As scary as company is, and as much as I'm sure they will probably get better cards off the company, I need to make sure this card does one thing at least. Okay, I can't discard a card, so that's actively bad for them. Okay. Worse things have happened. I'm so glad that husk is dead. It's unbelievable. Thing's terrifying. Yep. What would we like? A Torrential Gearhulk? Man, this is a hard matchup. Yeah. So hard to like plan ahead because you just never know what's going to happen. As in, 3 turns down the line, they won't have made 3 more things, they'll have made about 17. I'm currently most scared about Westvale Abbey. So they've got a Lily, but they don't have the mana to... Oh, they do have the mana to cast it. Lucky them. Oh! They're doing other things instead. Oh no, they can make Lily post-combat because creatures cost 1 less. And I'm dumb. Can I get a Languish, please, deck? Languish. Oh. I don't suppose that's going to be enough, but... let's run it out. A lightning bolt every turn is not to be sniffed at. Not that that's not quite what it is it? But in a perfect world, it's how it lines up. I kind of need it to be because I need to not draw any lands for a while. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So we're very close to being dead. I kind of need my next top deck to be fantastic. Ormandala's a 9/7, so I wonder if there's a lethal line here that I've missed. Not that I've really been looking. I wouldn't be surprised if I die, let's put it that way. Nope, they're just vomiting their hand down. And even a Languish now still leaves me in a horrible spot. But it is kind of Languish or bust, isn't it? Okay. Oh no, we got one more look. GG's. Bad things happened. That feels like a hard matchup. Can anyone in the comments who's played much of that Aristocrats deck, either for it or with it or against it, if you could let me know how it usually fares versus control, that'd be great. I'll be right back. Just grabbing some water. Alright, so hoping to win the last couple and get a slightly redeeming 3 and 2 out of this league. Never feels good to start off losing. Thinking back, I think that decision to top that Kozilek's return was really bad. But I don't know, something psychologically about sideboard cards, you overvalue them in the game then, because you're like, oh, I sided it in, it must be good. But some kind of a sort of instinctive urge rather than actually thinking about what the card does in the context that you're in. It probably wouldn't have made much difference with how our next few draw steps were, but that's not the point. Still was a bad decision. Oh, we got a victim. We're on the play, and our hand is good, actively good. I'm pretty happy with this. Our opponent is some kind of hybrid between Lynyrd Skynyrd and Big Shaq, it seems. Often incorrectly referred to as Roadman Shaq, if you're wondering who I'm on about. I'll leave negate up. I don't think it's going to matter, but might be worth it. What are we up against? Oh, mono black. Is this like the knight-based aggro deck? I'm wondering if I can wait. Problem is, it's a sorcery. I was going to say, I'm wondering if I can wait so as to get a zombie out of it, but I just don't think there's any point. Okay, that was a good reason not to do exactly what I did. Ah, Kalitas Mirror. Well, I'll run mine out. Your go. Please don't kill mine. That's a good one, because you can drown in the lock that without a graveyard, which will still make a zombie. That's a vampire. That's a vampire. Interesting. I wonder how strong... I imagine it's not terrible. Okay. Okay. Weird. Super weird. Super weird. Okay. Yeah. Kind of. Or like that play from opponent didn't really make any sense, but it kind of got them where they needed to be. Field is a fucking fantastic draw. Let's get rid of that. I'm going to get a basic swamp. And I'm going to push this thing. And then I've got drown for their play. I've got negate because I'd obviously rather use the less versatile card. So hopefully they'll play something I can negate. That doesn't matter too much to me. And then I can hopefully draw a land to cast the Gearhulk. Yeah, that was a fabulous draw step. Alright, I'm going to kill that. Now we know they're not doing anything. Because obviously we're going to draw land and therefore use all our mana on the Gearhulk, right? Not quite. That's good. So if I top that, I either take down my negate related shields. Yeah, I think it's fine. So, or I delve away too much. If I leave drown, yeah, I can do everything, yeah. Okay, and now I've still got negate available. Because I didn't want to get rid of all my good cards so that they make my Gearhulk bad, if that's not obvious. Okay. Yeah, this, I'll tell you what, if they've got a load of incidental life gain, Castle Lochwain gets even better. Okay, we cannot, unfortunately, negate that one. But we can attack through it pretty well, unless they put a counter on it, which I guess is what's about to happen. And this thing has CMC 5. Okay. I'm just going to pass. I would love for one more thing to end up in their graveyard somehow. That seems ambitious. There isn't really a way I can work around that, so that has to resolve. Is that also... It's a zombie, not a vampire, okay. A 6, yeah, 6 is a lot. I'm kind of going to have to double block it, and I'm kind of super sad about that. I'm thinking I'm going to actually single block and activate. Languish is appealing. Thoughtseize less so. So we lose our Tasigur. Yep, just got to wait. How sad is this? We're going to take 7, go to 1, and then I'm really in trouble. Wow, okay. Funnily enough, if they hadn't exiled a couple of their own cards with weird Kalitas plays, we would have won that game. So I think that was a slightly weird situation that worked out really well for them. Stroke seems great. Take a bolus. Don't think I want anything else. Negate looked shit. Drown didn't look great. But I think Drown is fine in this matchup. Yeah, we'll be fine. We'll be fine. I imagine they have, like, Knight of the Ebon Legion and stuff in their deck as well, so they probably are capable of some fast starts. Okay, if they want to take my Opt, be my guest. I imagine the only card they won't take is K Command, because I don't have a red land. I'm not too bothered about them taking my Tasigur because I'm more worried about losing the game than winning it at the moment. if that makes sense. Or rather, not losing it is more better way of expressing what I mean. I guess we just take the brutality. Topping that is fine. Go ahead. Man, 2 castle Lockwains. That card is so good. Yep. Let's cast that. Stating the obvious, we do kind of need to hit land in the next couple draw steps. But I'm hoping we can clean up a lot of this. That should be a grey merchant. I updated my list wrong. Yeah, if we can clean up a lot of it if we draw land. Okay. Bad. Bad, bad, bad. I'll take 2. Yep. Land. Wow. Just got to pass. I need to remember that that's actually a grey merchant. Which is bonkers in this deck. Normally you don't. I don't counter hand attack, but in this case it felt appropriate because Languish is too good. Thank you, deck, for the very painful mana. So we sweep those up. We hope that they don't draw a land, basically. Kalitas is going to gain us a lot of life if it survives, which it won't, unless they take D-Stroke instead, which is also valid, but they did not. So we've got Stroke for their 2 plays at least. So if they don't draw a land and therefore I don't have to Stroke, I will K command choosing. Okay, you got it. I was going to say choosing Get Back Kalitas, and I did think about shocking, but I'm too scared of my own life total. Let's do that now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, I guess. Fatal Push and Languish. Wondering if I should have just taken red mana, honestly. My intention is to end step. K command to get back Kalitas. This seems good. They probably take my Languish. Okay. So I don't know anything about their hand. They have to take Push, I suppose. No, they took Languish. Fair enough. The only reason I said that is that the thing that appeals to me the most is getting to cast the Push on their turn here, making a zombie. Start to gain some life and get out of this trouble. Land would also be a fantastic draw. Okay, that suits me. Come on, deck, give me land. Nice. Pain-free as well. I think we've got this game. Famous last words, because Castle Lochwain is amazing in these scenarios. But should be able to get there from here. Wow. That's a lot of mana in this deck. So they would draw one card and lose X life. If I let it resolve, I'll just drown it, I guess. Then we're kind of doing all the things, aren't we? Might get a concession. Yeah. Do I want to change anything now? Not really. Maybe I want K Command more than I want, like, Flippy Jace. Although the two of them are best friends. Yeah, I mean, it's cheap interaction. Wow! Wow. That's a statement. Luckily it doesn't affect my current hand. Oh, now I've just got a 5/6. Opponent. You're a knob. Yeah, actually that's not so good against me as Rest in Peace because my drowns still work. Alright, what you got? Yeah, I don't really want to pay 8 for that. Their keep seems terrible. I suppose Nykthos with ley lines is just a shit ton of mana. That might be part of it. Okay. Fine. Doesn't seem very good. Make that thing go away. I'll cast Opt. Obviously Sorin is dreadful, which is nice to know. They probably still cast it, but we've got Dreadbore, and they're going to get 0 value out of it other than trading for my Dreadbore. And the whole point of Planeswalkers is that you almost never get 0 value out of them. Yeah, you got it. Please don't have a... Oh no, we know that their last card is an Urborg. Alright. Don't really know what I'm looking for. That doesn't seem particularly appealing. Let's kill that. Play this out. Pass. And then we'll just start paying full retail for our creatures. And getting 0 value out of our Gearhulks and stuff. Please don't have anything amazing. Okay, that's pretty good, but not, like, not unbeatable. Okay. And they're able to float mana as well. That's very cool. Yeah, Nykthos is powerful in this deck, and so is Lochwain. Never mind. Turns out Bolus is also powerful. Although they can pump, so I kind of have to start by minusing on the Knight, which is a bit sad. But once we get to start plussing it and protecting it, it's going to run away with the game because that's what it does. It's what it always does. That's a good card here. Is this a Lockwane activation again? Yep. I could do without them presenting another threat because I want Bolus to survive. I presume they just get rid of a backup ley line. They got rid of a swamp. Yeah, pass. We'll flash in the Gearhulk block later. Hopefully they commit a bit of resources to powering up the Mutavault and stuff, and yeah, we can punk them out. So they are going to get my Tasiga, but I don't really care. I assume it's the Tasiga. Might be the Jace to stop me looting. Both these cards are shit with the ley lines, basically. So we've protected Bolus successfully. Yep, I'm going to attack. If they use Mutavault to hit Nicol Bolas for 2, I don't really care. And if it looks like they're going to play a Lord pre-combat or something, I can block with my Fumarole. Although that would really bite me because I want this into the story to be good. Oh, fine. Fine. Shouldn't matter. Fine. I'll take 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 down to 9. Problem is, I suppose it buys them a lot of life. Okay. Doesn't matter. This should be... If we draw anything other than 4 whiffs, we'll be alright. Those are kind of 4 whiffs. Opt isn't too bad. Oh, never mind. I guess they get rid of a swamp. Or a ley line. Got rid of a ley line. Ah, it doesn't... Okay. Let's attack Sorin. I thought it had lifelink and death touch, but I guess it's only until the end of their turn. Yep, I think we're doing it. I think we're doing all the bolusy things that make you win games of Magic. Like, I don't even think that's good enough, and that is such a good card. Yeah, alright. Bolus takes 2, I guess. Or are they coming at me? I should have checked. They're coming at Bolus. Okay. Sounds good. Thank you, deck. Drown in the lock. How helpful. Let's make a Kalitas. Drown there, Kalitas. Play this out. They got bored. Good. Nice. Okay. Let's try and get the 3 and 2. Ugh. The first round we lost. They weren't really games. And then that black-green Aristocrats deck felt hard to beat. I'm not saying it's hard to beat in general for other decks, but it felt hard for me to beat. I'm wondering if it's a bad matchup. This is exactly the sort of keep I always make because I'm too lazy to shuffle in paper. Don't really have an excuse for it online. And to be fair, being too lazy to shuffle isn't much of an excuse. But Bone Crusher Giant, so this is like Gruul aggro. So punished already because we really can't afford to draw any more lands. So I was hoping that the Thought Erasure would like filter my draw steps sufficiently, but it's just not going to, is it? I'm still going to flood. Okay. That's not flooding, that's a good card. Let's start with this. Let's see what's up. I wish we could do our Surveil first, so that would inform my decision. 2 Embercleaves is crazy. I guess I have to take the Lovestruck Beast. And that isn't good enough. Yeah, go ahead. So it's up to them whether they want to run out the Bone Crusher Giant for 0 value. I think they probably do. Yeah. And now we need to just make sure we stay ahead of their creatures, because that's how we lose. Alright, nice. Let's just get that dead. Like, I'm fine with taking 4. It's the sort of I draw a land and I attack and make an Embercleave that fucks me up. Once we get to Bolus Mana and we kill that thing, everything's great. And if they just miss a couple land drops and get stuck with Embercleaves in hand, we will win. Hopefully we can fire that off at the end of their turn on whatever their play is. God damn it. Yeah. This is one of the downsides of Fatal Push in this format versus Modern, is that you don't always have access to Revolt. So things aren't always good. That was bad use of the English language, wasn't it? What I meant was it's not always as powerful. So I guess I'm kind of priced into minusing over here, which makes me really sad. No, I'm just going to plus. I'm just going to plus. I need to draw a card. Oof. They have to exile something now. I'm guessing it would be... Wow. They just sacked off a land. Okay. Well, Bolus is going to get killed, isn't he? But making them get rid of a land is great. They must really value the second Embercleave for reasons I don't understand. Fear of K command, maybe? Oh, am I just dead? Yeah, I'm just dead. Because they can make an Embercleave, and that is super lethal. Okay. Needed to deal with that earlier. That Fatal Push kind of stunk up the joint a bit. Okay. Let's figure out how to not suck. Noxious Grasp doesn't suck. K returns don't suck. That doesn't suck. Yeah, Jace is bad because it gives them a thing to point their stomps at. Deal. Hopefully Thought Erasure will help us find a red mana. And then we're laughing. And by laughing I mean competing. At the very least. Okay. Go. Oh, they've mulled as well, that's good. Hopefully they won't have the Llanowar Elf. Of course they do. No, it's a thingy. That's fine. That's way less scary. What you got? Two Chandras and a Copter. I can answer the Copter. Can't be bothered to try and deal with two Chandras. That goes to the graveyard. And we're good to go. It felt bad ditching the... Yeah, it did feel bad ditching the Dreadbore because it's a clean answer to a Chandra, but at the same time, I need to just not allow Chandra to happen. So I'm going to have to Fatal Push the Mystic. At least we know opponent's whole hand. Come on, deck. I beg of you, please give me a red mana. Okay, it's not the worst. Because it kills a Smuggler's Copter very well. So their play is going to be Crag plus either Beast or Copter. Okay. And this, I assume. Yep. So, if I get a red mana, I can go Shatter, discard, clean up everything I'm scared of. Which would be nice. Come on, red mana. Okay. So, my best hope is that they don't draw a land, because currently Drown doesn't answer Chandra. My hope is that they don't draw a land, and they either cast this, which I can counter, or they attack with this, which I can blow up. Very happy with either scenario. Okay. Yep, that's fine. Now our Drown answers the Chandra, I'm a lot less scared. And we're still golden if we draw a red land. But yeah, we're doing a lot better. Yep. And we're still just desperate for red mana. I might have made myself... I might have weakened my position then by doing that, but I figure we can't whiff on red lands forever. And this is pretty solid. Pretty solid K command there. Now we've got is that stupid Lovestruck Beast, which doesn't do anything because we can kill the 1/1. Please don't top deck well. Okay, fine. If I could get a bolus, I'd be really grateful. Bolus one time? Nah, that's fine. Draw step, I'm going to kill the 1/1 and make them discard. They've got a giant, yeah, they stomp me in response. But they still can't attack for 5. And they can't cast that this turn. Spell. Go. Sooner or later we have to draw something good, right? Come on, deck. I don't know why you wouldn't just play the 4/3, honestly. I'm empty-handed. You might as well try and close the game out. Oh, they just want... Yeah, they wanted a 1/1. Fair enough. Fair enough. We do need to answer that 5/5 ASAP. Fuck, man. I feel like we've had no luck at all, but maybe I'm just whinging. Well, I'm always just whinging. That's like... It's one of the many things I excel at. I'm good at whinging. I'm good at blaming other people. I'm good at not being accountable for my mistakes. Okay. Yeah, I just have to pass. Just have to kill the Lovestruck Beast. I suppose the worst case scenario is that they draw a way to deal 2 direct damage, like a Chandra or a Stomp. That'll do it, because I counter that, and then they kill me. Well, it's been an adventure. Thank you for joining. Not such a successful league, I have to say, but what can I say? There was an excuse for one of the 3 defeats. Kind of an excuse for the second one. A bad matchup is sort of an excuse. And then that last one, I don't know if I blew it or not. Didn't feel like I did. Felt like we flooded a bit. But what can you do? What can you do? Either way, the deck is still a hoot. I still think it's quite good. And those games I don't think really did it justice. I would strongly recommend it if you're thinking of playing Grixis. And yeah, thank you very much for watching. See you next time.